Okay, hey everyone, welcome back to LOK. Last time we finished it. We got to this page. Congratulations, we've come to the end. So there are some follow-up things afterwards. There's the expansions, clouds, and something else. Monuments? Monuments. Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm curious to see that. But there's also the puzzles that I think are puzzles that I've left behind along the way, that being one of them. Presumably this is not a puzzle? I mean, could it be? It looks like too much. And it goes off the edge of the screen, so yeah, there's no way that can be a screen. Did I just say screen? It goes off the edge of the page. So, like, how could I possibly ever fill it all in? Because I don't know how far it goes. Okay, so I'm going to assume that's not, even though I can see the word lock. Yeah, like, that wouldn't make sense. Like, the goal of a puzzle is to fill in all the things. And I can't do it there. Is there any chance that's a puzzle? Surely not. And there's a question mark. Question mark is valid. Hold on. Lock could get rid of one thing. Let's get rid of the W, H, I, and S using a T and I think not. No? Okay. I think not. Don't know for certain. Okay. Alright, so this one probably is though. So there's already shaded in cells basically. LOK. We can do a lock. We do any other locks. No, not here. Although if we did that one, we could do fill this in and we've got 2. How's that K going to go? Maybe that just gets rubbed out at the end. And that space as well. In fact, lock, 2 locks. Yeah, okay, that's easy enough. I mean, it makes sense. This is the first chapter. L-O-K. Fill in one thing, this one. L-O-K. Fill in the K, sure. L-O-K. Fill in that one. Woohoo! I did a puzzle. That was very simple. So, chapter 2. This one. The wheel. So, tlack and lock, presumably. So, they don't involve later things. I was wondering if maybe they would involve mechanics from later on in the book, and you had to, like, combine all of your knowledge to solve these ones, but no. So we have a tlack that way, but we also have a tlack that way, and I could see there being another tlack this way. So that's probably what's happening, is that one's taking priority of that one. Tlack horizontal to fill in 2 things. Those 2, so we can do a lock to fill in that one, so we can do tlack to fill in the last 2. Okay, got it. Got it. Tlack to fill in those 2, so that we can do a lock to fill in that one. Then we can do another tlack going north here to fill in these 2. Ta-da! Okay, where's chapter 3? Buildings. Tar, okay. I see 2 tars. T-A, T-A. Oh, I see 3, in fact. In fact, what were the other letters? M-H-J, J-M, M-H-J. Okay, so this is literally just for each tar, pick a letter. Okay, H. Oh, that's an M. Misread it. H. I'm surprised it's not a case of like, oh, I have to do one that fills in this gap between another one, and then that one fills in the gap between the next one. It's literally just completely independent as far as I can tell. M. And then finally, tar here, J, J, J. Okay, we're getting through these quickly. I'm pretty sure we'll be getting to the expansions today. Chapter 4. This is where X came into it. Okay, we've got conductors. So we're going to be doing a tar at some point. If that's going to work, it's going to go across there. So we're going to do a LOK first, fill that in. Yeah, okay, got it. So L, round like this, like that. There we go, that's LOK. That's valid, right? Yeah. L, O, okay. Fill this in. Then T, this way, around the X's to here, around these X's to A. And we do. Oh yeah, this was the electricity chapter, I guess. I mean, it makes sense with them being conductors as well. I do like the way the mechanics fit thematically with the theme of the thing. Theme of the chapter. Like, conductor and electricity makes sense. And then, I guess some of them, you have to be a bit more abstract, but like, okay, that one you have to be very abstract. Well, so I guess, no, so it's like increasing the size of the land being used up, right? So LOK is like fire, and it's like a small, I don't know. You're making campfires, maybe. Each space is a campfire. And then we're doing farming, and so we need to take up more space. And so we that's what Flack does. And then, this is maybe a stretch. What was the next one? Next one was buildings. And yeah, buildings, and we like have to fill in areas of like larger areas of a certain letter, and that's like a building being created. Conductors make sense. Let's go to the next one. Chapter 5 is what we want. There we go. So here we have like factories, and factories make new things like letters. It makes sense. Okay, so I see 2 B's. What could we make after that? So there's 2 spaces to fill in. Potentially a T here for tar. B-E. There's no L's, no O's, no K, so LOK's not happening. Tlac's probably also not happening. No. So this is going to be B's and tars, right? So B-E, T-A, or X's. That could make sense. B-E. Although if we got rid of that tar, we've got another B we can do. So what would I want to get rid of with those, though? I might actually use the plastic for this one, just because I can't quite see where it's going to go. So I think it's going to be BE. What would I want here? S? Or maybe I want to just make another letter that's the same as the others. S. And then do tar, get rid of both the S's. BE, to put an X here. That's not going to work. Got a Y left over. Okay, first one I'm actually having trouble with. How would I get rid of like an S? Three random letters, I guess. The tar will get rid of one. The other tar will get rid of the other. Wait, why didn't that work? Oh, because then I have X's left over at the end, or I have at least one X left over at the end. Oh, but we could do another tar, right? We could do BE, TA, No, that doesn't work. So I was using that for that. That doesn't yet. Nope. Nope. If I want to use that as a tar, then that has to be an X, or it has to get filled in. If I want to get rid of the T, like it's possible that I'm putting in a T here, doing a tar. Sure, using a tar to get rid of the Y, just the Y. Using a BE to put a T in here. No, this ends up the same. Tar to get rid of the T and the T. With an S left over. Basically the same. Is this a trick? Going that way? Surely not. Like, that's got to be better than doing that. And we're certainly doing two BEs here, right? In fact, there's two empty spaces, so yes, unless I'm using a tar to fill in the empty spaces, but I'm not using the BEs at all. Yes, no, the two BEs are filling in the two spaces, therefore the T and A have to go at some point. That can happen either by just like doing tar, or by having two tars like this, but then this T is left behind. Yep. And this is what I just did, right? BE, TA. So we have two tars we could do. Yeah, at this point, like, what are they going to get rid of? The S and the Y, and then BE. No, that's not going to work. What am I missing? B, E. I can't put question. Well, I mean, I could put question marks in maybe, but B, E. Probably not supposed to. I don't know if it would help anyway. Not doing a tlack. Not doing a LOK. Not doing another BE. What am I doing? I mean, so the most natural thing is to think that this is an X. But why? Yeah, why? I don't really have a good reason for that. Then tar to get rid of what? No, BES. Tar to get rid of S and S. BE. Oh, BE to do Y. That works. Huh. Why does that work and some of the other stuff I was doing earlier doesn't work? Not entirely sure. But anyway, I'll accept it. Like, I swear I tried something like this. No? Wasn't it like my first attempt? BE. I guess I'm putting an S there, right? And then tar can get rid of both of those. I guess maybe I wasn't being efficient enough. I wasn't getting rid of two things with every tar. Like, did I put an X there or something? Maybe. Yeah, that's probably what I did. Okay, so S there. Tar. Let's get rid of the S's. BE. To put a Y there. And then tar. Let's get rid of the Y's. Okay. Finally. Oof. Suddenly found that difficult. Chapter 6. Where are you? There you are. Oh, did we think about, yeah, factories and producing letters. Oh yeah, I was thinking about this afterwards. Like, maybe this just means generally like technology or something. We've got trains, and then we've got what seems to be like either Wi-Fi or like some kind of radio signal or something. Communication. Like that wouldn't mean like this could mean transportation, but then like I didn't associate that symbol with transportation. But whatever. Okay, so this is where we learned about. Oh, we can skip over the gaps, right? Right, that's here. There are gaps between these two different railway lines. So what options do we have right now? I see a slack. Is that the only thing I see? So an LO. I see an AK here, which is going to be part of a lock going like this, I think. From there, LOK. That's definitely doing that. So everything else has to go. TLAK could get rid of the M and that, and then I can do the lock to get rid of one other thing, and then the tar can get rid of the other thing. That works. Okay, so TLAC or CALT to get rid of this and this. Oh, TA gets, actually, yes, TA gets rid of all the X's, that's fine. Lock, going around the X's, gets rid of the T, no, the V, that's it. And then tar gets rid of the X's. It's fun how you like start to, you really start to internalize how things connect up, and it's no longer such a struggle to see patterns of like the lock going around there and so on. You stop having, especially with the conductors, you stop having to think about like how exactly do they connect up? Does that break the rules? You just sort of get into the habit of thinking, okay, well I can go around that bend. Like when you see X's like this, like two in a row, you know there's like a bend that you can go around. Although I definitely did. I remember in one of the puzzles I almost started making a mistake. But oh well. Okay, next one. Chapter 7. This is where we learnt Lolo. And we went to space, apparently. And they've got a little space helmet on. Very nice. So we've got lock right now. LO as well. LO, crossover, LO. Okay, how do I do this the right way? LO, that leaves these X's behind. Cross that off and that off, they're connected diagonally. And then lock to do that one, that's fine, yep. Lock, LO, to get rid of this and this. Then lock to get rid of this one. Cool. It's nice to do a bunch of simple puzzles. Chapter 8. Question marks, okay. So how do we do anything with this? We've got R, H, and A. So TA? That's the only thing I could, like that is only adjacent to that. And that is only adjacent to that. So the only thing I can do is make this a tar at the beginning. Okay, and then somehow I'm getting rid of an R and an H. Somehow I'm getting rid of an R and an H. Look how tiny this is. Is this even visible? Yes. TA I'll get rid of a bunch of things. That's also not adjacent to anything. So that's get rid of by like a lock or something. Or another tar. But I'm not going to get rid of both of those with a tar. Oh, except I can do... No, there's no loops I can do here. I can't go back and forth between these. How do I get rid of both the R and the H? I can't do a lolo. I can only do a tar. I can never do a LOK or a plaque. What? TA. There's the whole thing I can make them into X's and then use them up, but I don't see how that would be useful here. Like, this could be an X to connect to what? This could be an X to connect those two, but R isn't part of anything. That could be an X to connect that with nothing. So this has to be tar. Oh wait, tar, and I make... I could get rid of 3 things, basically. At most. Like if I made these all H's, then I could do tar, get rid of all the H's, I just have an R left over. Or I can make them R's and have an H left over. How on earth could I get rid of that? Like I kind of want to do a LOK or something to get rid of you. I can't do a LOK because I can't connect between these. That's pretty weird, huh? I guess I can do something else here, like a tar here if I wanted to. Would that somehow help? I almost thought that was an R then. No, that is an A, that's an R. They look slightly different. TA. There is no word with R in it, right? No. TA. Or except Griever. No. If I did TA here, I could get rid of the R. Wait, why don't I just do that? Oh, yeah, okay. That's so simple. TA, get rid of one of the letters. TA, get rid of the other letter. Oh my gosh. TA, get rid of H. That's because I kept thinking like, oh, I'm going to make the question marks into the thing that I'm getting rid of. And no, TA, get rid of the R. Wow, that was simple. Okay, that's all of them, right? Yeah. Oh, maybe this is a thing. I could believe this is a thing because, like, otherwise, what's the point of this? This is totally a thing. Even though it says the end in it. We don't have any B's, so we're not doing BE. All of these letters except T. So we've got TLAC going up, we've got LOK going down, and we've got tar there. Is that enough to just get rid of everything? TLAC gets rid of 2, LOK gets rid of 1. Yeah, that is everything, right? So TLAC, get rid of H in the end. You won't even be able to see me shading this in. TLAC, get rid of the H in the N. LOK, get rid of the D. And tar, get rid of these. Very nice. The end. I don't think the other thing, like that is a puzzle, but the other things at the beginning can't be right. So this has LOK and tar in it. Is it possible that this is a thing? What is LOK? LOK would get rid of 1 thing. Tar would get rid of potentially 2 things if I make the question mark. That's not going to be enough. I don't see where I'd get anything else from here. I can't make it TLAC. I've got the question mark that could connect the T and the K. Tar, LOK, 1 thing. Tar, potentially 2 things. I've got 2 things left over. That's not doable, right? I don't think so. Unless I'm missing something. Like, obviously that could be something else. Like so I could do tar instead. Downwards. But that doesn't help, right? That makes it worse. That makes it worse. Okay, I'm going to assume that's another thing. Okay. Let's go to expansion 1. Can't create clouds outside this expansion. Okay. So these are things, I guess, that didn't fit with the other rules. Or like they couldn't be made entirely like compatible such that it didn't break the other puzzles. Clouds 1. Cells with letter W are clouds, okay? You can black out all unblacked clouds at once. If you do, you must black out additional cells in the grid. They must form exactly the same pattern as the clouds you just blacked out. I see. So at any time, I can black out W, 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 and then I can do the same pattern over here. Understood. I wonder how that works with adjacency. Surely adjacency doesn't affect that, no. You must always apply the entire pattern with the cloud's effect, otherwise the puzzle isn't solved. Okay. So here it's W, 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 W. I understand what's going to happen here. I'm going to have to get rid of one of the W's with LOK, right? Yeah, that top right W. So L, O, K, get rid of a W. And then I've got this pattern, W, 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 which I can do here. World Wide Web. That's 3. It's fun. W, 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 W. Well, that's 4 high, and that's never gonna... Well, I can only translate that one space to the right. Then I'd lose my, like, LOK here, and my potential slack. Yeah. So, I think... So if I'm doing a LOK and a slack... Ooh, am I doing a LOK and slack? I'm probably doing a slack then a LOK, right? Oh, no, I can't. Or can I? If I've already done the W's. Okay, probably doing a slack, then doing the W's, then doing the LOK. And then I'm going to use the thing. I can reason that far into it. So TLAK. So I'm probably getting rid of some number of W's such that I can move them around and get rid of... Well, for the LOK, I want... Well, the problem is the LOK's not going to... The LOK requires 2 X's to exist. I can't get rid of both of those X's. So I can't... Oh, no, but I can do that first. Yeah, okay, so I must be... I don't know exactly how this is going to go down, but I must be getting rid of that and that, right? So I can do the LOK like this. Get rid of one more thing. That pattern of W's... Oh, it can be used here. Yeah, okay. There we go. The W's. Got it. Slack. To get rid of these two. Because the only thing I can even open up next is this LOK. LOK. To get rid of that X. So that the pattern of W's matches the pattern of X's. Well, we have a new way of getting rid of X's at the end of the puzzle instead of using tar. Interesting. Clouds 4. Well, let's just have a look. So, W's are like that, against the full height of the thing, so they can't go there, unless we get rid of that one. They could go in the last 2 columns. Okay. Probably getting rid of one, though. What words do we have right now? Any? Or do we have to start with that? That would be interesting. We might have to start with the W's. I am not seeing tar. I see a B. I see the potential for a B. LOK, slack, tar, LOLO. Yeah, I think we're starting off with the W's. Therefore, they have to get rid of this, this, and this. I'm going to do this on the plastic sheets. If I can pick it up. There we go. So we'd have to do this. And then this. It changes everything completely. And there's nothing I can do from that. What? There must be something I'm missing at the beginning. L to T. Oh, there is a slack. Okay, I see. TLAK. To get rid of two things. What do I want them to be? I probably want to do BE at some point, maybe. Well, at this point... Oh, probably the two W's get rid of the two X's. So probably I want to do... Is that going to work? Like fill this in. What do I want to create with the BE? Oh, a new W? No. No, I think those are getting rid of that. It's not like I'm making a tar at any point. So the two W's are making that. So I want to get rid of a W. But then what's my... I've got an extra E here. BE. I need to get rid of that W though. I've got this space. So what I'm thinking is fill that in. Then I've got BE to do. Just don't know how I'd get rid of this E. Unless I'm making another B. Well, that's not impossible. That is quite impossible, isn't it? Yeah, I was thinking like, oh, I could shade these two in. And then, no, because then I'm not going to get the word B. So clearly I start with tlac, right? The X's have to go at some point. I'm not going to get a tar to do it. I'm not going to get a LOK or tlac or anything. I mean, I could use the tlac right now to get rid of these, but then the W's won't ever be useful. So I'm almost certainly using that W and that W to get rid of these X at the end. Or at some point, maybe at the end. So then what are the two things I'm getting rid of here? I can't keep that W behind. That W has to go at some point. So why would it not just be that W and something next to it? Well, if I'm going to do something next to it, I need to leave a word that I can do afterwards. So it has to be those two. And then I've got BE. What do I do with that? I mean, I could get rid of the X's now, right? I don't see if that helps. BE. Let's write something here. Question mark? Struggling to see what to do here. Certainly not doing a LOK. There's nothing else I can do at the start except B. Except the W's. But then I can't do anything else after that. So I'm doing the tlac. There's no other option. What am I getting rid of that makes this better? Right now, the W's I could never use in their current state, so one of them has to go, or some of them have to go. Does it somehow help to write another W in? No. I'm assuming I can't rotate or like flip the pattern. We haven't done so far, so I don't think that would suddenly come up. What am I not seeing? Those are getting rid of those, right? How else would these get got? By a tlac or a LOK, but that's obviously never going to happen. So it's going to be the W's, right? So that means that one's going. If that one's going, then it's either that one's going or that one's going. the only way I can do anything next is if there's no reason to go from a W through stuff. So I have to do that. Wait, what? Is there something I can do with this space now? BE, what would I fill it in with? A W. But then I would not be able to do the pattern. And there'd be an extra E left over. Tar, I can't do any tars. Is there really nothing I can do else at the beginning? LOK can't happen. Tlac can happen, only one way. The W's can happen. If I do the W's, there's only one place it could be used, which is here. Then there's nothing I can do. L, E. Can't go around that corner. Nope. Can't do BE just now. Can't do tar just now. Could I end up with a tar? If I... No, because tlac's the only thing I can do first. So only if I can get rid of the L. But how do I get rid of the L if I can't do any of the words? It's obviously tlac first. But then what is it? That E is an issue. Let's say I got rid of those two instead. Would that do anything for me? Like, at what point would that W go? Is there something I'm misunderstanding about this rule? I think so. You can black out all unblacked clouds at once. If you do, you must black out additional cells in the grid. They must form exactly the same pattern as the clouds you've just blacked out. Exactly the same implies no rotation, no anything. Huh. What options am I not considering for this? I can black out like across the gap, like W to B, but then I have no words left over. Huh? Maybe I'm making a B there. So if I do tlac, maybe I'm using the other E as another for another BE, but that wouldn't be possible. I've only got two places I can draw letters. But I need to connect these to even start doing a BE. Huh. I do not get it. Something about what the way the BE interacts with W? What if I what? Like that has to go if I'm going to do another word right now. BE. W. Why would I write a W down? Got another E there. Huh. I'm making a silly mistake here. There are no other words I can do. It's possible I'm getting rid of like what? X and W, X and X, E and X. Pretty sure I'm using the W's to get rid of the X's, but maybe that's a trick. What were the like? You must always apply the entire pattern with the class effect, otherwise the puzzle isn't solved. Yes, of course. There are no other words I can make. Any way that B could get to that E? No. When can the W's happen? Can it happen mid? You can black out all unblacked clouds at once. It doesn't say exactly when, but I presume I have to finish doing the operation that I'm doing. I can't make that B connect to that E. How's that E going to get used? Ever? What? Does it help to put another W in somewhere? If I'm doing another word after the slack, it has to be BE. There are no other letters that make words. So that has to be filled in, plus one adjacent thing. Now the only thing I'm thinking is like, oh, maybe I do BE, put an X here, and I can flip this pattern and cover all of the X's, but then there's still an E left over. How is this like suddenly a super hard puzzle? Tar. Can tar happen? The L would have to go. So I'd have to maybe use the W's to get rid of the L somehow. But how am I going to do that? How am I going to do that? I'm not, because there's only one thing I can do at the beginning, which is slack. Right? There's wet, BE, slack. That's pretty much it. Huh? What other options do I even have? I need another word after this. Of course, like it could, like the next word could be W, the W's. So maybe I don't need to fill that in, and I can do something that makes the W's useful. Like I could fill in that W, then do the W's, but then things aren't great. Okay. So if I instead do slack and fill in the W and the B, feels bad. I'm never going to get another word. The W and the E, and then do W, where would that go? Here and here? Nowhere. Nowhere useful. What? I'm so confused. So confused. There's like nothing I can do here. There's no other. I mean, I can use W first, but I know that doesn't work. W. I would have to get rid of those three. Unless you are saying I can flip it, but that also doesn't work. I'd still need to get rid of that E somehow. Maybe I should do the next one and see if that gives me any ideas. This might be the first time I've just skipped one in the middle. Maybe. Okay, clouds 5. We start off with a BE. I could potentially see a lock happening. The W's have to go. Whoa, this is complicated. Because I can just at any point get rid of things that are that shape. Potentially more than that shape. Okay. BE, BE. Is there anything else going on? I see a WX. So these X's are going to be connecting something. It's probably going to be this L. Not the W. So I don't think there's any reason for W's to be connected via X's. So the W is going to go at some point, and then we're going to do lock around the outside, right? So one of these is going to put a lock in, and the other one's going to do something else. So if we were going to get rid of these W's, what would be left over to get rid of to make lock work around the outside? L, well, the K would have to go there, right? Or there. And so one of these would have to have to be blacked out by the W's. However, if we did so it could be like this, 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 that's the same shape, then the K's got nowhere to go. Right? Oh, unless we do LO, 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 LO. I could believe that. So how's that going to work out? Let's just do it. And maybe we do the W's immediately. So W, 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 dot. So we do that. Then we've got LO, LO. And we've got two B's. LO, LO. Hello, hello. But we also need to get rid of the X's at some point, which is going to be tricky. L, O, L, O. I have to get rid of the X's. Can we make a tar or something? Can we make a... We can't use this as a lock and then as a LO, LO. We've got two B's. We've got two things in the middle that need filling in. So a diagonal could get the X. Oh no, the E's. Well, yeah, okay. A diagonal could get the two X's opposite each other. Then what about the others? These two spaces. Oh, this is horrendously complicated. I could see that I'm maybe adding more W's. But where? Because that shape was kind of good. I can't add a W there. I don't want to do lock around the outside. I could put a W there, get rid of an E, which is probably useful. Am I doing the BEs first and then gaining something from that? LO on the outside seems to make sense to me, but what would it get rid of? Something along the diagonal. But we don't have many things along the diagonal. And then what's going to get rid of the X and the X at the end? They're definitely not going to get got by the diagonal. We're going to need a tar, aren't we? So the B and the E going to do a tar? Maybe they're going to do question marks. I could believe that. Oh god, and question marks could be W's sometimes and not W's other times. But I guess once you've used it as a W, you can't use it as anything else because it's going to get shaded in. But yeah, I could do BE question mark. But the LOs are going to be here. To be in the way. BE question mark. I mean, they can be X's for now. I do LO. Sure. LO, they're X's, so only the L and the O get used up. I get rid of a diagonal. What diagonal would I want to get rid of? And then I do something else. So those are going to get rid of those at some point. We could do another BE if we wanted to. Or we could do a tar, we could do two tars. So one of these question marks could be a tar in the end to get rid of the X's, I guess. And then the W's could come last to get rid of everything else. So that would get rid of all the X's, and that is what I'm thinking. So then left over is this, that, and the W's? No, the W's are gone. Okay, so I just need to get rid of that and that. Okay. So can I not just do the diagonal here? It only hits that thing. Then do... So those are gone, but I can do a lock on one of the question marks. Let's get rid of that. There's a question mark gone. Then the other question mark can be a tar. Or it can just be another lock to get rid of. The W's are going to go. What do I even need you for? If the W's and the W's go up there, then those are all shaded in. I need to do the tar. Yeah, so the tar gets the X done. Yep. So tar gets the X's done. Oh, but then I can't do the W's. Interesting. Because those are used up. Okay. Getting close to something, I think, but I can't do the W's, right? That is how that works. The rule is you must always apply the entire pattern with the class effect. It's like, so presumably if they're already blacked out, that's not good. Presumably. I feel like this expansion doesn't have quite enough like cases explored in the earlier puzzles before it gets to the complicated ones. It might just be because it's an expansion. www. So I want those to go there, but I also want to use those as question marks earlier on, whereas there's letters earlier on. So I can't do both of those things though. www. It says I must apply the entire pattern, and applying seems to be blacking out cells. So therefore, if the cells are already blacked out, but I'm not applying it, right? That would be my interpretation. www. There, and there. But then the things are gone. I can't just reorder things. I think I do want to put the question marks there, though, to do this looping and be able to do the LOLO as well. Oh, I could get rid of the W's with the LOLO, maybe. Change the shape of the W situation. Okay, so It's going to be BE question mark, BE question mark, LO, get rid of the W's on that diagonal. We've got one W left to get rid of one more thing. We're going to do and we've got, so there's three things in the middle. Yeah, okay, this works out. This works out fine. This one can be LOK, get rid of one of them. This one can be tar. This does not work out fine. It's hard to get rid of the X's, and then I've got a W to get rid of two things. So if I've gotten rid of just one W, how does that work out? So BE. Yeah, BE question mark. BE question mark. LO. Oh, wait. Oh, I have to get rid of the W's earlier. I had not even noticed that. I've been ignoring that entirely. Okay, so the W's have to be gone. I'm pretty sure I'm doing the B question mark. I guess I'm not totally certain. But then the W's have to be used now? But then they're going to get rid of that. How do I get rid of that W? It's possible I'm placing these in different positions, maybe? Is it? Is there anywhere else they could go? I don't think there is. No. So I can't do LO right now. I could do those things right now. No, I can't because there's not enough space. So I'm using the W's now, but then I'm just covering up the things that I've just added, which feels bad. Could the question marks be going in there and there? What would that do for me? Not a whole lot. Or here, also not a whole lot. So the W has to be used. I can't make it slack. Like, I could make a word out of just these two, like tar. But yeah, the W's are very much in the way. I can't believe I was ignoring that. I can't just do LO. There's two W's in the way. LO, which I'm obviously going to be doing at some point, right? Or am I just going to be doing LOK? Even that's a problem, though. We do TA, get rid of all the W's, and not use them as W's ever. And do LOK. No, I can't do LOK at that point. I do LO. Whoa, these are hard. Why are these so hard? Something about this mechanic is really tricky. So monuments comes next. I might have to skip this and go to monuments and then come back. All right, we'll do that. These need advanced stars next to them, in my opinion. Unless I'm just not understanding something about the rule, but I don't know what that would be. Cells with letters W or clouds. You can black out all unblacked clouds at once. So I can cover them up and do less, but if any that are uncovered, they have to all be blacked out. If you do, you must black out additional cells in the grid. They must follow exactly the same pattern as the clouds you've just blacked out. Yeah, I understand the rule. Okay, we'll come back to it. And we'll start with monuments next time, though. Okay, see you then.